Good morning, everybody. And this is we've stopped in at Greg Keeble's workshop that we've been trying to get back to for a few years. This is Greg himself holding up our latest buck, and he's just explained to me how to look after this thing. We've been waiting for this chap a long time. Those of you who saw this on the video, this is actually the one we call Damocles, and Greg's done an absolutely outstanding job, which got sort of really delayed with the corona thing. Couldn't get eyeballs and forms and stuff, so we're very pleased to have this guy back. So many thanks, Greg. Much appreciated. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I should probably say great afternoon, because today is the day everyone's gone back to school and work, and miraculously we've got a day now where it's not raining. It's lovely and sunny, and this morning I've been down picking up from our man Greg Keeble, and I rushed through a bit of lunch today and got all my chores done, and now we're going to go and test out this non-lead ammunition to see if it's any good. And it's the first time I've been up the farm for a long time now, and what looks like winter wheat's in the field, which is lovely, which means there'll be a good bit of interest from the deer over the course of the next season, and gently bring myself back into the shooting mode. Excuse me. Next weekend I'm off up to Wales to go and range the big one, but today, just for an hour or so this afternoon, we're going to chuck a bit of lead around and see how this new non-lead stuff behaves. So, armed with a tin of yellow paint for dusting up afterwards, and a couple of rounds, we're going to do a bit of target shooting. There can be few moments of greater satisfaction than pulling the trigger and seeing the thing go ding at the other end, and yeah, I think that's probably got that out of my system. Usually throwing ammunition around can be anything over, can be about £2 every time you pull the trigger, but with our reloading and all the rest of the stuff we managed to get up to, we've got it down to about 65p, which is why I don't feel bad about the last £1.95. So let's go and take a look. The degree of accuracy we're looking for is really being able to hit CD at about 100 metres. Past that, for other special stuff, you'd want a bit more, but for general deer work, this is lovely. Right then, let's have a look at this. These target plates, well, particularly this target plate, is about the size of an A4 piece of paper. And there you go, we've got 3 hits, all within about, I don't know, inch of each other. So what's that, like 1 MOA? Yeah, that's all right, it's perfectly acceptable. Now I'm going to flip the plate round and we're going to have a look at it with the non-lead. So having fallen back to 100 metres and reloaded with a bit of non-lead, let's put this rough to its paces with this non-lead and see what can happen. As you can see, for being out there on that tree line with the raising bank behind it, 100 metres seems a fair old way away. Let's see if I can zoom you in a wee bit with my big cack-handed thumb. There we go, hang on. There it is. That's 4 times magnification. The thing still looks tiny. It's the little yellow one that we're looking at there. But normally for most UK shooting, you want to get as close as you can to the deer so you can stick it on the individual flea on its backside. I don't generally fire out past about 175 on deer. Past that and you get into target work, it's all lying down and bipods, and that's a different thing altogether. But let's see how these leads do. If we can get them in the middle of that plate, I'll be happy. We've loaded up with our usual 2.86 grams of RS50, and we've seated everything at the same depth. So I'm not going to get too anoraki about that, and we'll see how it goes. For those of you interested, this is a Ticker T3 synthetic in 308 with a big heavy barrel on it, and it's got a dirty great moderator by who's that by actually? Oh, it's a Stalon moderator. Yeah, the other one's a Housecan. So yeah, keep the noise down and everything, because I don't like loud noises, and let's see how we do. You're not going to be able to see much through my scope unless I sort of start using the binoculars, but I can assure you I aim for the centre of the plate on that one, and they got it right in the middle. So let's see if we can get a nice tight grouping, but I'm pretty impressed with that. Right in the middle is right in the middle, and didn't seem to be any difference, to be honest. So, proof of the pudding. Let's have a little look. I've just put 5 rounds on that, and that last one was a bit of a winger because the plate was spinning. So yeah, you can see a distinct copperish colour scuff there, all with a fairly acceptable grouping, apart from that little winger, which is when this thing was spinning. So yeah, copper ammunition, who knew? What we're going to do now is fall back to 150, see if we can do the same. And there you go. That's 2 dropped onto it from about 150, almost exactly in the middle. So I don't think there's any great great problem with switching to non-lead. It all looks bloody lethal to me. Leaves a nice coppery smear too. You can see which ones you've just shot. Anyway, so yeah, non-lead approved. And welcome back on a day that has seen the return of one of our favourite deer. And just to give you an idea of a sense of completion, we've got lovely, lovely venison burgers with lovely blue cheese this evening. And there's a fresh lot of IPA going on. And there you have him. Pride of place. And sadly, this camera doesn't come with smell-o-vision, otherwise you'd be in for a real treat. But bon appetit.